Greetings, I'm Anthony Maina Juguna, and today I would like us to learn about location and timing and the power of every individual to accomplish their purpose in life and to reach their destiny that would make the society become a better place for all, and to make people understand and learn that they are called to a better positioning and to a better life that allows them to become greater individuals in the society wherever they are and whenever they are born in this society. And to guide us in this, I'm going to read a verse from the book of Acts chapter 17 and verse 26, and it says, and has made of one blood and all nations of men to dwell on the face of the earth, and has determined the times before appointed and the bounds of their habitation. Now here we learn two things. That number one, God has made out of one man in the habitation, out of one man, the people to dwell all over the earth, and he set their time, the time that they would be born, and he also set the location where they should be born. Now what we understand by this is that wherever you are born and the time you are born, where you are born is not an accident. It was by divine purpose that you are born where you live today. It is by divine purpose that you are born at such a moment as this. So it is not by mistake. It has not been by mistake, but you are born to live there for a purpose. And if you know your purpose and what you should do, then you are going to work out what you should be doing in the society at this moment, because you realize that people are crying, people are complaining a lot about so many things, and nobody is asking themselves, what was I born to accomplish on the earth? What was I born to do at this time? You know, I'm in Kenya, and when we talk about Kenya, there are so many things that need to be done, and the question that remains to be answered is, what purpose do I have to accomplish in Kenya and make the society better, to make the society in Kenya better, to make the life of individuals better? What is my individual role? Because as we can see, Paul told, he was in Athens, and he interacted with the people of Athens, and there were some things he noted. They worshipped many gods, and there was a specific god or a specific honor to an unknown god. And from there, Paul knew that in order to reach the Athens, he had to do something and tell them about this unknown god. And he told them that the God whom we serve cannot be served through human hands, and he does not dwell the way we dwell, like having blood and flesh, but he is, we realize, verse 24, he says, God that made all the world and all things therein, seeing that he is Lord of heaven and earth, dwells not in temples made with hands. So they were seeking for a dwelling place for God, that unknown God, and Paul is telling them that the unknown God does not live in temples that is made by human hands. So he tells them that God is not worshipped with men's hands as though he needed anything. So he is telling them that God does not need anything from them. So he does not require anything from them, and he does not require the work of their hands. He is God who has made all things, so he doesn't need them. But he is telling them something very important here, that he has made all things. Why has he made all things? There is a specific purpose that God has made all these things. And that purpose is what each and every one of us should find out, because if we don't realize this purpose, we will not come to achieve whatever we are called to accomplish, and we will realize that we'll be complaining about so many things, and we'll be looking upon another person to do that which we are supposed to do. Yes, everyone is called in their own position and in their own place, but we cannot look up to another person to do that which we are supposed to be doing. We cannot, let's say, look at the president to do the work that is now. Anthony Maina cannot look at the president to do the work that Anthony Maina should be doing in the society. So it is upon each and every one of us to do that work, because it is not by accident that we were born in the country. It is not by accident that we were born at such a time as this, when the economies of the world are crumbling. We realize men who have made innovations realized there was a problem in the society, and during their time they decided, I'm not going to live as the rest of the society is living. I'm going to do something that is going to bring a change in the society. When there was no electricity, somebody rose and decided people don't need to live in darkness. And you see, what can you do during the time that you are born, during where you were born, the location where you are, because time and location are determined. You did not decide when you should be born. You did not decide where you should be born. You found yourself there, born, let's say for me, in Kenya, and in the year that I'm born. Right now it is 2023 and I'm alive. So the question I need to ask myself is, why was I born in 2023? What goal was I made to accomplish in 2023? And the same questions should also go to you. What were you called to accomplish in the life that you were born in? What purpose were you born to accomplish in the time that you were born in? When the country is complaining about, the state of the economy, what law do you have in that? When people are complaining about bad leadership, what law do you have to pray? When people talk about religion, what is your law in controlling how people view religion and how people appreciate and understand religion? What law do you have to accomplish? And you understand, being born in this time has a purpose. The Bible says God has made out of one man, one blood, all nations of men to dwell on the face of the earth. So every man that dwells on the face of the earth has been born out of one man. And after being born out of one man, then he says, verse 26, he says, and has determined the times. So the timing of your birth was not by accident. You are in 2023 and you are going to 2024 with a purpose from God, ordained by God for such a specific time and such a specific location. So wherever you are in 2023, wherever you are this year, and whatever you are doing, ask yourself, am I doing what I'm supposed to do to make the society a better place? And if I look at the other person, you see, we are very good at blaming others for the mistakes that are happening in the society, but we never look inwards and ask ourselves, what is my role in all this that is going on? Yes, people can do things, they can complain, they can, they can do evil, they can fail even to do whatever they were called to do. But the question is, you yourself, what were you called to do upon the earth? And are you doing it? Because the fact that you are born in year 2023, what problems are you born to solve? The fact that you are here in 2024 in Kenya, wherever you are in the world, when people are crying about crumbling economies, what role were you called to do? Yes, we might complain that I don't have the power, I don't have the government, but It is not about having the government, but doing your part. The little that you can do it with all your strength, then it will become a great thing. And you see, when every individual works out their purpose and works out their place, we'll find that we'll have a changed generations that will accomplish much more than we can ever imagine. He says, the reason he made them, the boundaries of their habitation, meaning the location they were born. So the location that you are born means that there is a purpose you are born to accomplish in that location. And when you realize that purpose, you'll be able to start working towards it. And you realize progress comes when you understand what you are born to do. Many of the time we live our lives serving the goals of other men. We live our lives serving other men and doing that which other people have purpose and have set, because there are systems on the earth, and most of the times we find ourselves bound by those systems. We fail to understand that we can do more beyond the systems, beyond that which is set. There is something that we can do that will bring about a greater understanding of who we are and the society that we are living in, and that will make a change. And you realize people who start out in the society, they do greater things than those people who just follow the rules. You wake up today, you go to work, you eat, you go to church, you do all the religious things that are done by other men. But when you stand out and discover, I have a lot to pray in the time and the location where I'm born, then you realize you would accomplish far much greater things than any other person in the world. He says the reason he said the boundaries and the location is that verse 27, that they should seek the Lord. You see, that they should seek the Lord. You seek in order to understand. You seek in order to find. And to seek the Lord is to find and establish your purpose, because when God created all men, he wanted men to bring his purpose upon the earth, so that men should bring about an understanding of God upon the earth, and to bring that which God was creating to completion and the order of God on the earth. So when we seek the Lord, is to find out, what does God want me to accomplish on the earth at this hour? What does God want me to accomplish on the earth wherever I am? The location that God has placed me, what does God want me to accomplish there? If the economy is suffering, what does God want me to accomplish concerning that economy? If people are going through poverty, what does God want me to accomplish concerning the poverty in that land? If people are going through hunger, what does God want me to accomplish because of the hunger that is facing the people at that moment? If you go back to Joseph, when there was a famine in Egypt, he advised the king or Pharaoh who was ruling at that time, this is what you should do during the time of the bounty harvest. And when the years of hunger come, then this is what we will do. And we realize he saved the nation because he came up with a strategy that was meant to save the nation. And I want to add this live focus by saying the time and the location of your birth are very important to understanding your purpose, and you need to find out what role you are born to accomplish upon the place where you are born, and the timing, the challenges that are facing the people during that time. What are you called to accomplish? And I request for an interaction, and as we continue looking at some of the things that we should be doing, we understand that I, Anthony Maina, am born in Kenya for a purpose, and I ask myself, what is that purpose? Will I look unto another person to accomplish that purpose for me? Then wherever you are, call yourself by your name. You say, like Muhammad, I'm born in this nation. What purpose was I born to accomplish? Wherever you are, what was I born to accomplish? And you realize the world will become a better place if every individual will do that which they were called and they were created to do. May God bless you, and let us continue interacting with the content and with everything that we are learning and doing. And as we say, we interact more as we follow one another. May you have a great evening.